Mavovo is finally caught by Onandi and Usolomzi. Nandi is shocked to honestly find out ukuthi her auntie had something to do with Solomzi being paralyzed. But of course, after they tried to run away, they were caught by Mavovo, and Mavovo is like, listen, ain't no one is going nowhere, not until we resolve things, okay? Mavovo does try to explain that this whole thing has nothing to do with Solomzi and Nandi, but have everything to do with Rebecca. Now, Rebecca, as soon as she had Ugunzi, Usolomzi and his family are being held hostage by Mavovo. Well, according to Mavovo, she's really not holding them hostage, but she is considering that Solomzi is paralyzed. So now Rebecca has to make a plan to come and meet up with Umahlotlo in the house. Mavovo in the house, to sort it out. This is the condition that Mavovo has put for Rebecca to say, listen, if you want Usolomzi and his family to walk away free, you need to come to me and we finish what we have started. Sana, I don't know. I don't think Rebecca has a plan. I don't think Rebecca has a plan. But of course, being a mom, she got too emotional and she was like, listen, the only thing that matters right now is to go to that house and try and save my son from Mavovo. Now, Usolomzi did instruct her Unandi to run away, and Mavovo is just laughing and be like, okay, so what's the plan, Solomzi? Nandi has ran and left you. What is your plan right now? Because you cannot run. You are paralyzed. You are in a whole chair. Yeah, I guess tonight we are going to be seeing if Rebecca will save the day. Will Rebecca save the day? Yes or no? Big question. Solomzi is now crippled and he strongly suspects that Nandi's auntie could have something to do with it. Of course, he loudly accused Nandi's auntie, and it seems like Nandi is also a bit doubtful because of the sculpture that Nandi's auntie brought home. But of course, Nandi's auntie defends herself and says it was not her. And it seems like Nandi's auntie will try to plant the moti in Tuli's back. You remember that Tuli is the helper who is working for Solomzi and Nandi and also slept with Solomzi. So this is all going to fall on Tuli's shoulders. Meanwhile, Rebecca also is going to find out that Umahlotlo is living with her son, and Usolomzi has lost his ability to walk or feel. Now, I don't know what kind of a plan Rebecca will be up to, honestly, but it does seem like Rebecca will try to come with a plan, because remember, Mahlokovu is using the whole sickness thing as a bait, okay? Mahlokovu is hopeful that when Rebecca finds out that her son, Solomzi, is sick, she is gonna hurry and come back home and stop this fake thing that pretends that she is, or rather she has passed. So I don't know how well the table plays. I don't know how well the table plays. How will Rebecca feel? Will Rebecca fall for the bait as soon as she finds out that Solomzi is not well? Solomzi, on the other hand, has been refusing to cooperate, refusing to eat food that is cooked by Nandi's auntie, saying that, Nandi, listen, I'm telling you, ever since your auntie came here, I have fallen ill out of the blue, and this is just too good to be true. So therefore, I don't trust your auntie. I don't want to be next to your auntie. I don't want anything that will do with your auntie. Not Nandi throwing tantrums as soon as she realizes that Usolomzi wants to move on with a different girl, their helper, someone who looks after their son. Nandi, my girl, why are you feeling the pain? Why is the pain landing? Did you not start cheating in your marriage? If Solomzi it does it back to you, it's wrong. Nandi Soze. I love it for Solomzi. I feel like Solomzi should pay a bit of revenge. Now, a relationship with Solomzi and Umapoloba, according to me, it's a bit of toxic relationship that they have, partnership, whatever that you want to call it, as Solomzi legit forced Umapoloba to kill his brothers because Umapoloba came for Uvelapi. Lalela Usolomzi was like, I'm not gonna let that one go. I am not gonna let it go. Okay, you want revenge, there it is. Take it up on your brother. I do feel like Umapoloba at some point feels a bit betrayed and did not expect that he will have to avenge his daughter to his brother. Now, I love it for my girl, uThenjiwe, baby girl, upopile, uvukile, umalambane. Lalela, she is buying herself a brand new house and a brand new Wells Kasana. I'm like, I'm here for it, Thenjiwe. This is what I'm here for, okay? I want you to pop up. I want you to succeed in like the way they have been oppressing you on Isita. This is your chance to shine and get all the success that you need because, baby girl, you deserve. If there is any one person that I know that deserves success, it's definitely Thenjiwe. Sana Isita, why? Like, I can't understand why the writers are doing Umamsonto this dirty. So Umamsonto legit is never supposed to be in love. Mamsonto has recently found herself love, Kesana. And you know, Mamsonto being the pastor or rather a church woman that she is, she's like, listen, we have to get married, okay? Unfortunately, Solomon's uncle does not have enough money to marry Mamsonto, but he is very much excited and optimistic that he will come up with the money. He has recently found work in the funeral parlor hired by Usolomzi. And he's like, yes, I'll marry you. But Umamsonto is like, no, that could take forever. Okay, I'm thinking that I should borrow you the money. Little did they know that their problems are starting. There is Usam Gumede, who has recently surfaced from where I do not know, but Usam Gumede here claims that he is the brother of Usolomni, Umamsonto's ex-husband. And unfortunately, he does come with bad news that Mamsonto's ex-husband has indeed passed away. And also, according to their customs, they feel like he is the right person to take over and who has been appointed to look after Umamsonto and the children. Sana, when I tell you that I feel sorry for uncle. I feel sorry for Solomzi's uncle. I seem to forgot his name. Like, can somebody please tell me what is his name? And you know, even when Solomzi turned his back on him and be like, sorry malume, or like at this point I don't trust you, okay? I trust that man better than I trust you. But umalume, you know, uyazama bandla kumuonisha uSolomzi ukuthi hayi bo Solomzi, you cannot be serious that you trust a strange man that you don't know over me. Like, you have known me for like a couple of months or so, but this man, you just don't know him. But Usolomzi Utinje Soze, Sana, I don't trust you, and I don't trust you. And at this point, yes, I do trust a strange man over you. I'm like, Sana. But I just feel so sorry for Umamsonto. I feel like she is definitely being done wrong. So yes, Usam Bandla has associated himself with people. So unfortunately, Usam has managed to associate himself with people who are not good at all. The very same man who has tried Ungobo to eliminate Uvelapi and actually got Ulandani killed. Oh, Sana, I was laughing watching Inimba and watching Martha grieving. Oh, son, I was like, Martha, just come here. I want to give you a hug. She goes like, now I'm going to raise this child alone. London is not going to be there anymore. I'm going to be by myself. I'm just like, Martha, babe, you really trusted that London was gonna be there for you and the baby, right? Didn't you? Yeah, but also Velapi didn't take the passing of his friend Ulandani too good, he's shattered at this point, he's sad, but yeah, guys, those are the news. Do you see Umam Sonto having a beautiful love story here, getting to marry the man of her dreams? Or just do you see Ubaba Mncane Usem just taking over? I honestly see Ubaba Mncane Usem taking over. He is definitely up to no good, and his shenanigans ways will definitely have a huge impact and an issue on Umam Nomsa, since we all know that Umam Nomsa uyazisontela mandla. She wants nothing to do with shenanigans, but church. Yes, Anna, Umam Nomsa uyajola, and she is ashamed. So what if Umam Nomsa ejola bantu azikhuthe kancane? What's the problem? Anyways, already the community is starting to gossip about Umam Nomsa, because she seems like an honorable woman, not a woman who will be sneaking around. So now I think this will definitely put pressure on Umam Nomsa, because now she is definitely going to demand marriage. I wonder if Zana is ready for the demands that Umam Nomsa is going to make. And I'm just like, go for it when Umam Nomsa. Demand that marriage if you feel like you deserve it. Meanwhile, Umatha is pregnant and baby girl is not bothered by Ulandan, of all people. And she's just like, I'm pregnant, and na ke am tseba London, ke tseba side la gae ele soft. Ke re halala girl. Halala girl. And as soon as she told Ulandan that she's pregnant, Sana, the panic in London's eyes, in London's eyes. And I'm just like, yeah, Martha, you're going to raise that baby alone. You are going to be by yourself raising that baby. I do not see London taking responsibility at all. Unfortunately for you, Martha, Siyamthanda told you. Like, Siyamthanda warned you, baby girl. Siyamthanda warned you, Uguti. Hey, Sana. You keeping this baby will bring troubles for you, because Ulandan was some deadbeats and shit, and you could tell, Sana, as soon as the baby discussion were brought up, Ulandan was shaking. London was like, me, father, I'm not ready. He ain't ready. What are we gonna do? He ain't ready. Sana, I like how Rebecca dealt with Umandlovu, because that woman was just getting into me, and never have I ever thought I would like Ribs, but I do right now, okay? So Rebecca is kidnapped by Umandlovu in Twaseni, and it seems like Umandlovu has kidnapped another Ntwasana who goes by the name of Dabula Amanzi. Baby girl just want to live in Twaso and go and live her best life outside. But Umandlovu is making it impossible for her. So they came up with a plan to escape. Listen, when they were caught red-handed by Umandlovu, Rebecca reacted, took a spear and stabbed Umandlovu right through Kesana. Now they are on the run, Ribs and Dabulamanzi. And also we have Nandi and Solomzi's drama. Finally, someone took their baby away from them, because both of them are just horrible parents, and I'm just like, I'm glad that someone realized that there is no better parent between Nandi and Solomzi. So, yeah, it seems like, honestly, I do want Solomzi and Unandi to just get a divorce, okay? Because a lot has happened with their short period whereby they've been married for only 2 minutes. But Sana, they've been going through it. They've been going through the length of marriage, and their marriage just lasted shorter than a minute, honestly speaking. So I also was so happy when Solomzi snitched on Ukuma that Nolita, my babe, Chuma did not go through with the plan. Chuma did not execute the plan. Chuma loves Unongleba. Nongleba is still well and alive, okay? Because Chuma could not go through with it. Because Chuma still have major, huge feelings for Unonglebo. Because, like, why did Nolita call police on Chuma? Like, why did Nolita do that? So now we all know that Nolita suffers from insecurities. Baby girl's gonna be insecurity. Baby girl is going to be having so much insecurities and so much anger at the fact that her boyfriend just could not go through with eliminating Unonglebo. I'm like, clock it, Solomzi, clock it. Uchuma finally getting the taste of his own medicine. You remember that he took Nandi from his brother. Now that Nandi has left him for another man. I'm like, what did you expect, really? What did you expect? Okay, I feel absolutely nothing for Uchuma. Okay, Nandi did exactly what she was supposed to do when it comes to Uchuma and leaving him with the baby and go have her best life with another man's. Okay, now Uchuma is going crazy. Okay, and each and every time she tries to call Unandi, listen, Rebecca want Uchuma though. And for the first time ever, I was on Rebecca's side. I was like, Uchuma, marrying Nandi is not a good decision at this point. But Uchuma went ahead and did it and was like, listen, if there is one thing that I'm going to do is to marry Nandi. That's one thing that I will do. I will walk down the aisle with Nandi. And I was just like, okay then, it is what it is. Whomst are we to say otherwise? So whomst are we to say otherwise, really? It's a wedding day. Vaya Shadanam Shanje. Wedding day, Sana. Oh, Sana, tell me why on its seats are the enemy. Nandi is always in the midst of the drama. Tell me why. Listen, a baby girl is getting married and she's supposed to get married to Solomzi. But listen, she still have feelings of the ex. Okay, she's still lingering around the ex. And she seems so confused. She doesn't even know whom to choose. But okay, Sana, we all know that Solomzi loves violence. Violence is going to just result in being violence and being like, okay, so tell me who do you choose? Okay, so tell me who do you choose? Like, putting Unandi in so much pressure is also not advisable. Like, it's not a good advice. It's not advisable to put Unandi under so much pressure. I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goody, oh my ness. Why is Nandi suffering the heat right now? Why is Nandi being under so much pressure? Unnecessarily so. Unnecessarily so. But Unandi Sana is suffering the heat and she is definitely feeling it. Okay, and not Rebecca showing up to the wedding. After she was nicely told, Sana or Rebecca under a drama, she was nicely told that Lalela Rips, you are not needed, you are not wanted on my wedding, you are not invited. But it seems like Martha needed a plus one, and Rebecca was like, Lalela, oh, I am here for you. I'm going to be your plus one. I just wonder how will Solomzi feel after finding out that Rebecca is in the wedding. Also, is the wedding going to happen? You know, that's the big ask. That's the big question that we're now sitting with. Is this wedding happening? I don't see it. So I don't see it happening. I just do not see it happening at all. But also, Msada was like, listen, I'm not going to allow you to pressure me, okay? This is the most important decision of my life and I need to make it, and I need to be super thoughtful about it, you know, and not just take it lightly. And I'm like 100% Samsanda, 100%. You need to really think about it because it is a very important decision in your life. But then also Samsanda, the very same Samsanda makes a 160-degree when she shared a kiss with Kuma. You don't understand. Kuma is a pastor. Well, I understand that he is a pastor's Gebengu,
But not only is he a pastor, he is Velaphi's uncle. You get what I mean? He is Velaphi's uncle. Not only is he just a pastor, like, he's just a pastor. No, he's not. He is Velaphi's uncle. And apparently the kiss escalated to other things. And I'm out here judging Usemthanda, like lalela Usemthanda. Oh,